Did you hear about what just happened? 43 people just got put on a plane back to Nigeria and Ghana. I'm talking field asylum seekers, foreign offenders who've done their time, and some folks even came back voluntarily. Hi, I'm Hadassah for Japa.ng, and we cover all immigration news, immigration tips, and Japa stories about Nigerians outside Nigeria. So let me break this down for you because the numbers are actually pretty wild. We're looking at 15 failed asylum seekers. These are people who went through the system, got rejected, and should have left already. Then you've got 11 foreign nationals who committed crimes in the UK, served their sentences, and now they are being sent home. And get this, 7 people actually volunteered to go back. That last part still surprises me and still makes me think. Really. Now, I've been following this story for a while, and what strikes me is how this fits into what they're calling plan for change. The government is basically saying, look, we're done messing around, rules are rules, and if you break them, you're out. And the numbers seem to back that up. Since the election, and we're talking just a few months here, they've already sent back over 24,000 people. That's an 11% jump from the same time last year. 11%. That's not just a small uptick, that's a significant shift in how they're handling things. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't just a random flight. This is the second charter flight to Nigeria and Ghana since the election. And together they've moved 87 people. The cooperation between the UK, Nigeria, and Ghana seems to be working pretty smoothly, which honestly surprises me a little. What really caught my attention, though, is how they're talking about this. Now, Immigration Minister Angela Eagle, and I'm paraphrasing here, basically said this is about delivering on working people's priorities. That phrase, working people's priorities, that's not accidental. They're making this about regular folks who want secure borders and a system that works. And then there's this bit about closing expensive asylum hotels. Now, I want to be clear about something. They specifically mentioned that these returns are carried out in a dignified and respectful manner. That matters, right? Whatever your views on immigration policy, how we treat people during these processes say something about who we are as a country. But let's zoom out for a second. This whole thing ties into something called the Organized Immigration Crime Summit that happened recently. Picture this, over 40 countries, including Nigeria and Ghana, all sitting around talking about how to tackle smuggling gangs and irregular migration. When you see international cooperation like that, you know this issue is way bigger. Another part that really gets me thinking is the global nature of this challenge. Baroness Chapman mentioned working with partners around the world to tackle irregular migration, and she's right. This isn't something any country can solve alone. These smuggling networks operate across continents. They don't respect borders, so the response can't be limited by borders alone. Now, let's talk about this foreign national offenders for a minute. Deportations are up 16% since the elections, with over 3,500 criminals removed. When someone comes to your country, commits a crime, serves their time, and then gets sent back to the country, a lot of people see that as a system working exactly as it should. The voluntary return really sticks with me though. 7 people chose to go back on their own. That makes me wonder, were they just tired of being in a limbo? Did they realize their chances were slim? Or were the incentives that made going back voluntarily more appealing than waiting to be forced out? Look, whether you think these numbers are too high, too low, or just right, one thing's clear, the UK government is making immigration enforcement a priority in a way we haven't seen in years. The question is whether this approach will solve the underlying issues or just manage the symptoms. What do you think about all this? Are this the kind of working people's priorities that resonates with you, or do you see problems with this approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear different perspectives on this. And if you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.